What's up, everybody? Hey, welcome to my 13,000 video. Hold on a second. Let me just show you this artwork of Kirby I did a long time ago. You can barely see it because the whole thing is pink. Makes sense because he's also pink. There's like a background and all that stuff. Didn't have time to do the background sky blue color, but anyways, let me just put this thing on. Yep, I'm gonna review the Sonic movie. Let me just flip this thing over. Hope I don't accidentally turn it off. Yeah, I didn't have time to put makeup on me, but this one counts as an eye patch thing. I use like black and orange. So, you'll have to see me wear this awesome unicorn outfit for like nearly a few seconds because I am not going to do the entire review like this. You already know what movie I'm talking about. It's Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I've been waiting to finally review this sucker for a long time. After the first film of this one, and the sequel already came out months ago, I am looking forward to talk about the Sonic cartoon as much as possible. So, let me take this off so you don't have to hear me muffle into it. The Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Those of you who haven't watched this movie, well, I don't have a pencil to write down the word spoilers. Those of you who haven't watched it yet, go ahead and see it for yourself. You know, not what you're missing. So, here we go. I'm only gonna show, like, clips of this movie, so I don't get, like, YouTube copyrighted bull crap like that. Alright, back to my face. Yeah, I haven't shaven in a while, or trimmed my hair, because it's raining out there. The cool thing about this movie is its opening scene where it shows all the video game references. I think the last time they ever did like a Sega movie was probably The House of the Dead, which I'll get to in the near future. But anyhow, this movie does end with Sonic being chased by the one and only Dr. Robotnik.
Why is that incredibly handsome hedgehog being chased by a madman with a mustache from the Civil War? Well, to be honest, it feels like I've been running with my whole life. Is it too much? Am I going too fast? That's kind of what I do.
Yep, and like the classic typical 90s of Sonic the Hedgehog, like that you've seen since the mid-90s, he does have that typical childish, crude to attitude like he's been doing since the 90s. And the best thing about this movie, how it opens up with him being young, and it goes super fast. It's just like in the game.
He's basically Obi-Wan Kenobi, if Obi-Wan Kenobi had a speaking name.
I love the movie's opening, that we get introduced by a new character we've never seen before in the Sonic series. It's Long Claw, adopted Sonic, like a son of her own, to get caring for him, and uses one of those rings to send him to a different universe, which is our world, the real world. And I gotta admit, the scene was very heartbreaking that she, Sonic, to never stop running. Yep, it's kind of sad that he's all by himself. But that's pretty much a basic story about this movie. He also meets a guy, which he names the Donut Lord, or aka Tom, played by Well, I don't know where the cover is at, but I'm pretty sure I know him from movie Hop, which I'll get to another time. In this movie, he does use, like, those rings to send to different places. Kind of like in the video game where he ends up in the bonus stage, and sends him wherever he wants. He's forced to go to a mushroom world. That's why he doesn't like mushrooms.
Oh. Ow.
He also sees some other characters he knows in a place called Green Hill Zone, California. It's all kinds of interesting characters. Like Crazy Carl, that believes he's the Blue Devil. Hold on a second.
Movie night.
And I do love the love connection to Tom and Maddie. Him and her make a pretty great couple, and their pet dog too.
Is my favorite.
The film's basically in the main story about Sonic himself being lonely, though they don't even know he exists. He always hides from them without being noticed. Or Tom himself really wants to have more to life than being in the place all the time, that he has to look after animals that he takes care of. And same goes to Maddie, who also is a vigilante to care for animals as well. This makes me really feel sorry for Sonic, that he is pretty much talking to himself that he is very lonely and sad. And for no apparent reason, he runs around in a circle. Oh, and he has like electricity power. And the villain himself, Dr. Eggman, and which he will be called in the sequel. Just go with it, I'm still going to call him Dr. Eggman. At this point, is played by the legendary actor, written by the movie with him in it and Dumb and Dumber, Jim Carrey. Oh yeah, he was on Batman Forever, so that kind of counts too. Jim Carrey is basically the best character in this entire movie. He just chews out these sceneries to make him downright hilarious when he talks. He also has his assistant, Stone. Sure, he doesn't have that much screen time, but he does assist him as his loyal henchman. He does build like these amazing robots. They're not like in the video game, but has these flying technology machines. They take orders from him. He built these amazing machines that find ultimate power of Sonic the Hedgehog. That's why all the generals sent and him, which I'll still call him Dr. Eggman because we're already in the 20th century now, find the tracks of Sonic and use his power to conquest the world. Not to mention Sonic lives in the cave until his machines try to find him. That's where Sonic meets Tom and mistakes him as a raccoon in his garage and try and go lie dot on him. And I kind of like the connection of Sonic and Tom being like the best buddies. The way Sonic talks and moves, he's kind of like a little kid that he really wants the center of attention. Sure, he's all hyperactive, sure he's a little bit obnoxious at times, but you do feel like the perfect emotional for Sonic, that you really want him to have a true friend, that he does have like a bucket list of cool things that he wants to do. And Sonic really does want a true friend like Tom on the side. I mean, this movie does take place like in a instant time before he actually meets Tails in the sequel. And then Knuckles does appear in that sequel as well. That's why Knuckles first appeared in Sonic 3, a video game, in 1993. 94? Wait, it's 1994. Where they first put Knuckles on screen. Not to mention Sonic had like increased speed, which we already know that. He goes like super fast. He's kind of like Quicksilver. He goes so fast, everything freezes in time. Like he had like the ultimate power. Or he's like the fastest thing alive that just blows everything in time. It's like the best, funniest thing in this entire movie, showing how super quick he really is. He's like almost unbeatable. He just has like a wonderful time in teaming up with Tom. You know, he doesn't need his help or anything. Sure, he needs like Tom's help that he has to go to Florida to get his rings back that he shot him in the leg. Went for the ring and are meant to find him to go to the mushroom world that he doesn't like. We do end up in a pretty awesome chase scene of him go against Dr. Eggman's robots, one by one. The most dangerous ones of them all. And he gets knocked out cold by the explosion. It was up to Tom and Manny to save his life. But Manny's sister, grandmother won't take it. With her little sister, Jojo really likes him. And it's probably the only time that she doesn't like Tom, for obvious reasons. No, because he's just a cop guy, I guess. It makes sense that he just does all the people run at speed. I'll give this movie some credit. It just shows like Jim Carrey doing his thing, being all awesome. Coolest dance move ever. That's why I really like this film. How amazing he is. And that's pretty much how Sonic gets his red shoes, because the little girl named Jojo gives him what he needs. I got him at a very touching moment. And to make sure I won't make this review go on longer, because I'll be busy playing video games. And Sonic does face Dr. or Eggman, or Robotnik, whatever, and takes his speed power and ends up in a pretty cool, badass chase scene. I gotta admit, it's like the coolest part next to, well, it's like the other, or video game, well, movies based on video games. And I'll give the movie some credit. Some of the characters are downright funny, including Tom's friend, which is a deputy. Sure, he doesn't have that much screen time, but he's downright hilarious, and so is Crazy Carl, the old man. And Sonic does have like superpower lightning. Need to take on Robotnik himself. It's incredibly awesome that we see Sonic does what he does best. Being a true hero to save himself and his friend, and lives in Green Hill Zone rest of his days. So I'll just show you one more scene. And that we all know in the movie that the Robotnik will come back, like for his revenge. And now he has the mustache like should have in the beginning of this movie. And then after end credits show up, we get to see Tails. Oh, went too fast. Which I checked up on Wikipedia, that Tails is voiced by the same female actor that did Tails from the video games. Yep, I gotta admit, this is a pretty awesome, great movie. I'll give it some credit. It's one of the coolest game movies I ever enjoyed. And next to Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, or the movie, and I'm preferring to the anime one, not the live action one. Oh, Silent Hill. Silent Hill movies were pretty cool too. What else is there? All I can think about is the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Not the one with Bob Hoskins. I'm talking about the anime one. Yeah, those of you didn't even know there was an anime one. Yeah, you didn't even know there was an anime a Super Mario Bros. Movie. I'll get to talk about that as soon as possible. But for now, I think I made this video go on longer for like, let's see, 18 minutes. So yeah, I actually enjoyed this movie. Lots of people already talked about it since 2020. Nearly already 2 years after the first film came out. So I'm looking forward to talk about Sonic number 2 movie. And I already saw after the end credits, those of you who haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert, it has Shadow the Hedgehog, will probably be the main villain of the third film. Once we enter in 2023, of course. And hopefully YouTube will still be around at this timeline. But anyhow, that's all I can say about this film. It's stupendous. It's great. I love the music. Ever since I was a little kid, I enjoyed the cartoon. And then I do mean the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Sure, it's crazy. Sure, it's weird. But I do like the Sonic Underground one. Or he becomes like a prince, and so is his brother and sister. Yes, they actually have that in different storylines of Sonic the Hedgehog's origin stories. And most like a Sonic Saturday Night Afternoon one, where it becomes very serious that Dr. Robotnik does succeed taking over the world. Those of you who haven't watched those cartoons, what are you waiting for? It's freaking awesome. And believe it or not, I did watch a Sonic Boom cartoon. It's not as awful as what people say. It's kind of meh. And fine, I guess. But I prefer watching the 2D animated cartoons anytime soon. But for now, you would love to watch this movie maybe once or twice, or put it on for your kids. Because Sonic does act like a kid in this film. Because you do feel really sorry for him that he is desperately lonely. But that makes a proof point in there that you really feel like you want him to have a true friend with him. You really want to make sure he succeeds his goal. I'll have a close buddy like Tom. That's the reason why I love this movie. I just love the casting. I love Greenhouse Sun is at Montana. Okay, whatever. Still, this movie is totally worth your time if you're drunk at beer soda time. Yep, it's a party. All I can say is, if you're really a huge Sonic fan, you might find this movie pretty watchable to see a few times. So thank you all for watching for my 13,000th video, y'all. And someday I'll talk about the sequel as soon as possible. But for now, I'm gonna be busy with it. I'm still doing my artwork of you-know-who with pink hair. There's gonna be a wait for its 19th anniversary. Believe me, it's gonna be really, really late. Need for it. So, thank you all for watching. See you guys in the next video. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna be busy tonight. Goodbye for now.